Welcome back to another edition of Diamond in the Rough Sports Talk. For today's special guest, we have the 6'5" guard out of Southern Miss. He's very elite. Pull up on a dime, give him 99-cent change. Let's all welcome Mr. Jaron Pierre. Welcome to the show.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Good, we good, man. So you go by JP though, right?
Yes, sir.
So tell us a little bit about your freshman year at Southern Miss. You know, what would you say are some things that you did well, and what would you say are some things that you need to improve on?
Some things I believe I did well was my leadership growing wise. As being a youngin on the team, I seen that I could have led more as a player than things that I had to grow in, and like just being young and coming straight out of high school into college. So learning how to do that. That's something I can improve on.
Absolutely. Now, you mentioned coming from high school to college. Can you tell us some of the differences in the game from high school to college?
I mean, in high school, I'll say it's different from college because it's more faster. So, like, you have to catch on to everything quicker.
Now, you truly excel in the pick and roll offense. Could you tell us just some specifics on what exactly are you reading that may lead to your scoring actions or playmaking for your teammates as well?
I mean, off pick and roll actions, I see off how me and my big playing, it'll be off. So if I come off the screen and I see the big man is backs him, I know I can stop and pop right there. If he hedging out there, I can bring him out and catch that switch. But usually I'm playing against the tag every time to see if he hitting the roll guy. So skip back, I got my shot, I got the big on the line.
Absolutely. And I noticed when you coming off the pick and the big is sagging, I noticed that pull-up is elite right there. You know, I noticed that's yeah, I know that.
If he don't step up, I'm gonna just drop it to the big.
Right.
He don't step up, I'm gonna drop it.
Absolutely. And then when you get the switch, it's time to dance on the net. You know,
I
knew hard real good with that. Yeah.
Every time.
Now also, I noticed this at the open run the other day. Could you elaborate on your ability to perform in the clutch? As I mentioned earlier, from the open run, I noticed it was 3 possessions where you made 3 consecutive buckets in a crucial point of the game. So just talk to us a little bit about that and your ability to do that.
I mean, off the way me and my team looked at it, I just hit the first one. If I see one go in, I feel to myself I can get going faster than I think. So if I see one go in, I'm gonna expect for it to come back. I mean, if they trust me, then we're gonna do what we gotta do.
Absolutely. Now, JP, being that you're from New Orleans, tell us what it's like to have Tulane in that same conference and what's it like to compete against them. And also, is there a little more emphasis on that game, being that Tulane is the hometown school?
I mean, to me, when I heard we was playing Tulane down here, that's how I felt about it. I was like, that's a home game. I'm like, I could bring the whole city up whenever I wanted to, but Corona, so, but I like that type of game because it's home game, so my time.
Get a little more juice with that one. Huh?
A little more juice, like, it feel more better.
Right. Now, did Tulane recruit you out of high school?
They want me out of high school, but, nothing much serious, but they want me out of high school.
Gotcha. Now, as we may all know, Louisiana has had some really great ballers come out of the state. DJ Augustine and Karl Malone are the first 2 that come to mind. But as a state, it seems as if basketball is slept on. I was wondering if you noticed that yourself, and if so, why do you think that is?
I feel like it's more slept on because it's a lot of football going on down there in New Orleans. So out of Louisiana, it'd be hard for like cameras and stuff to get somewhere like how football players have got it easy down there. It's hard for basketball players because there's not that much videography out there like there is in California and other places. So there's not a lot of exposure being seen.
Absolutely. So with that being said, you feel as if the basketball players in Louisiana are just as good as the other states. It's just that us here don't have the exposure.
Always. We don't have the exposure. What we gotta do is that we hoop a lot.
Right. Now, being that your sophomore season is coming up, could you tell us, do you have any goals heading into that season? If so, do you mind sharing some of those with us?
going into my sophomore year, I feel like I want to go in and be a better leader, get other guys better, and still do me, but get myself better too. Because I know what I want to do with this game and how far I want to take it.
Absolutely. So it is playoff time is coming up in the NBA. With maybe a week or so out.
Right.
Could you tell us who is first of all, who is your favorite team in the league, your favorite player, and then also who do you see as winning the finals?
I mean, in the league, my favorite team, I mean, I don't really have a favorite team because you're not going to catch me sitting down that much watching the NBA, but I watch it every now and then, but I'll be too focused going to the gym and type stuff. But my favorite player as of now, right now, is probably Brad Beal or Devin Booker. That's my top two players right now. But favorite player overall, yeah, my favorite player overall would be Jamal Crawford, though.
Ooh, that was nasty.
Overall.
Jamal Crawford, that was nasty. Now, who do you have winning the NBA finals?
I don't know. If Brian come back crazy, I mean, everyone here is Brian. Brian is Brian that, but I mean, he a walking goat. So whatever he do, shit I'm going with. But other than that, they got other teams like the Suns and stuff. But I'm gonna be watching most of it.
Right.
I'm gonna watch it all.
Absolutely. Well, that's all the questions I have for you. Netherfield, the floor is not yours.
JP, how you doing, my brother?
I'm doing good, bro.
What age did you start playing basketball, and who was the person that introduced you to the sport?
When I first started playing basketball, I was probably 9 or 10 years old. I started off playing football, and my big brother he influenced me. He was like, "What else you'll play if you don't make it in football?" I was like, basketball. So I started doing that. Then I started to fall in love with it ever since from that age. So like I started really playing at like 11. So from 11 to now and so forth. So my big brother was the person who really influenced me to play basketball.
When did you realize at the age of 11 you fell in love with it? When did you realize your basketball skills, if you keep working extremely hard like you do, can take you far in life?
I noticed in, I say, 10th grade, that was when my high school coach told me. He told me that I could be an NBA. He told me I could go to the NBA if I wanted to, that I have a chance if I really work hard at it. So that's when I really started to notice my game elevating more. Every day type stuff. Every day I was working.
JP,
For my 10th grade year.
I see a lot of people talk about how offensively sound you are and rave about your skill set, but people don't rave about that you are a great on-ball defender. You are locked down on defense. It's something that I've seen in person. I seen when you was guarding Lamar Peters, what you did was basic fundamentals. You drop down low, you extended both hands. You was ready. You was a lockdown on-ball defender. Can you please elaborate to the world how important it is for a guard like yourself to be a two-way player and be a lockdown on-ball defender? And what age did you actually start playing defense extremely hard like that?
I mean, to be a guard at my height, you'll have to be able to play on both ends just because you playing on one end being that height, you ain't going to do nothing on the defensive end because, I mean, they're going to have little guards and bigger guards, so you're going to be able to guard through all of them. In college, that's how I look at it. But I'll say my junior year, that's when I really started to look forward into, like, defense harder because that's when my high school coach, he told me, he was like, you ain't going to be able to advance in college without playing on both sides of the floor. Because that's all I really used to look for throughout my 10th and 11th grade year was the offensive side. I wasn't really defense. It was there, but it wasn't installed in my mind like how it is now.
I see it, man. I mean, it's all in you. I'm like, man, look at him.
For sure.
Look at him like Lamar Peters down. Look at his lead. Like look at his footwork. Like you move side to side. It's just great. You know what I'm saying, bro? And you can tell that you critique and that you started getting better at. You have an elite form in shooting. It's a pure shot. How much time do you spend on shooting, and how much time do you spend also on shooting free throws? And what percentage?
I see it.
And what percentage did you shoot from the free throw line? as your freshman season?
I say on shooting, I spend a lot of time on shooting. Like a lot of my workouts is gonna deal with shooting in there just cause I know that's something that I like to do. So a lot of my workouts will deal with shooting, so I spend most of my time on that. But everything else, like, is like second nature. Everything else, cause I was already doing it. It just got better and better type stuff like handling, pick and roll. It's all a mind thing, really. So that just grew more just as me getting older. But I say that's really most of it. But what the other question was, my guy?
I said, what percentage did you shoot from the
What
free throw?
percentage did I shoot from the free throw line? I think I shot 70. It was something around 79% this year from the free throw line.
You can describe yourself in 3 words. What would it be?
Humble, hard worker, and I see. Let me see. Humble, hard work. I don't know. I mean, I don't really like. I don't look into a lot of things as me being more than what I am. Like I'm still regular. I'm still human. It's just a lot of things starting to advance in life that I'm looking forward to. So I say humble and a hard worker. That's my 2 key words.
Okay. Let's see. Lee. Your IQ for the game is off the chart. You are a
Right.
flow. In my book, film don't lie. You control the tempo. You make great decisions. You have elite court vision. You also is very good at breaking down the defense. To be a floor general like yourself, what do you be looking for to make the correct pass every time? And also, what are you looking for when you break the defense down?
I mean, for me to get past the defense, I look at it as slow, fast. If it's pick and roll actions, I'm playing against the tag. I'm playing against help. Or I'm just playing against if there's no big hedging. Like it's all reads, so that just come with a mind thing. So it's all off of reads. So that's how I really be looking at it, just off reads. And then for me to be able to break the defenses down, that'll really be like just off the same thing, mind, knowing like, okay, if he jumped this way, I'm gonna go that way with it. He helped kick. He don't help, I'm gonna keep going. He pulled kick. So a lot of things will open up once you open it up yourself.
How do your coaches instill confidence in you for you to keep improving on your game and to get the best out of you on every single night that y'all play?
I mean, all my coaches, I say, they all believe in me. So like, how they install confidence in me, just off like before the game, probably like just telling me, go out there and kill, like just off rip, do you, like don't worry about nothing, like that'll start my game up. But once I see something go in for me, I feel like it's on right then and now. Like, and once anything happens, stop, rebound. That's how it go off for me, just off tempo.
Can you name 2 times you were faced with adversity and how did you overcome with it?
2 times I faced adversity. I say my senior year of high school. Going into my senior year, I could say I had 0 offers my senior year. I just didn't feel. I felt like it wasn't right. Like I'm like can't be. I can't be the only player. Like I don't want. I felt like I didn't want to do JUCO or prep, even though I was young. I felt like I wanted to go D1 just because I felt like my talent I was able to do that. So going into my senior year, going into Catholic League play, that's when I started to turn it up a notch. And then I got my first offer probably after our first Catholic League game. Then after that, I took off from there.
For my last question, what is your burning desire?
My burning desire? My burning desire is, I say, to get my family out of where we at right now. To put my people on.
Well,
Absolutely.
JP, thank you, my brother. And
For sure.
all that's going to see this interview, they just learned some more things about you if they didn't know already.
For sure.
So speaking of followers, JP, can you tell us your social media platforms?
My social media platforms, Instagram is EliteJP_. My Twitter is all caps, JPR5_. That's my 2 social media things that you can connect to me on.
Absolutely. Well, man, JP, it's been a pleasure having you on Diamond in the Rough Sports Talk. And we truly do thank you for taking time out of your day and coming to sit down and talk. Absolutely.
For sure.
That being said, this will conclude this segment of Diamond in the Rough Sports Talk.